There we go. Okay, now we're going live here. There we go. Now we got it. And then I do this, report the cloud, right then. Get a new candle.
Jundo, you need to spotlight yourself.
Yes, I do.
Well, spotlight thyself.
How do I do that?
I
Yes, here. I see here. Yes. Spotlight for everyone. Like that?
yes, perfect.
Okay, very good. That'll work. And then we can go back to the group view, gallery view. There we are. Well, hello everyone. It is actually the rainy season here in Japan. I know some of you in places like California, it's quite the opposite and still very dry. Some of our friends down in Australia, it's actually the autumn. But here, it's been raining every day, damp, and the bones ache a bit. It's that time of year. I don't mind it so much, but it will be our theme for the little talk today, which I hope you can join us for. For the rest of you, it's so good to see you. We have a couple of members nursing sick family members who overdid in sports and a couple of things like that. So we dedicate to them. I have a best friend who has a little touch of the COVID, but he says he and his partner, it's pretty mild right now because they're 4 times vaxxed. So good for them. But still, I dedicate this to all the people everywhere with their aches and pains. We have a Wabo with us. Good to see you. May things be quiet where you are, Wabo. And we dedicate to all the people today in our dedication. Please listen extra closely when we get to our dedication for all people who are struggling with this and that, natural events, world events. All right? We're going to make an extra special make sure we pay attention to that part and don't just cruise through it without listening closely. Today, Onkai, is this your first time or you've done this before? I got it. First time. All right. So you've been practicing hard. Let me hear me. You all ready? Yes. Wet those vocal cords. All right. If you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, just follow along. Good to have you here, Danny. Let's go.
The heart of the perfection of great wisdom, Sutra. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, awaken one of compassion in Prajnaparamita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom. Perceive the emptiness of all five conditions and was free of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is precisely emptiness, emptiness precisely form. Sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation, nor perception, not formation, nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, nor cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas realize the prajna paramita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusions. Nirvana is already here, all past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajna paramita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. This for the prajna paramita mantra, set forth this mantra and proclaim gate, gate, para gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha. Anya Shingyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. In reciting the heart of the perfection of great wisdom sutra, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, honored one, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, honored one, Soji Keizan, honored one, all successive honored ones up until Zui Gaku Rempo, honored one, and Gudo Wafu, honored one, and to all other honored ones throughout history, same yet diverse honored ones, whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
Zazen? You need a fan, Danny? Kinhin. We will have Zazen and a little talk. Something to keep us inside and out of the rain today, I guess. Can everybody hear okay? Touch your nose 3 times if you can hear okay. Okay. It's the rainy season here in Japan, a time of year when the skies tend to be gray, the air feels heavy, my knees ache, strange things grow in my closet, and it's not considered a particularly welcome time here. But yet, it's just the cycles of the seasons. Other parts of the world, there's a lack of rain, which is not particularly welcome. And maybe it's caused by us placing the cycles of the world a little more out of balance than they were, which we should not do. But the fact is that the world, I dare say the whole universe, in fact, runs on cycles, things that come and go. This vibrant, fertile world in which we live, in which we are one of the amazing things which sprung forth with our life. This whole world is constantly changing, springing forth. If it wasn't so, it would all be frozen, lifeless, an empty stage. And we just have to face the fact that amongst the many changes that happen, the comings and goings, that must include sometimes even life and death, and friends being ill, like some of our friends I mentioned today. Things which are welcome and things which are not. And so our practice, and this is where Buddhism, I think, met Taoism a bit in China, is just to honor those cycles, to bow to them, and to let them be. So I sometimes say that our sitting of Zazen is to sit in equanimity. But it's very important that we realize that it's a very special kind of equanimity. It's not simply sitting in dullness or resignation, giving up. It's kind of an attitude of honoring all the changes, even the ones we don't welcome. Let me read a poem by Master Dogen, which I posted. Actually, there's some debate among scholars about which version of this is the one he actually wrote, but they basically say the same thing. So I'll read both. I'll show off my classical Japanese for a second. Kiku mama ni mata kokoro naki ni ni shi areba onori narikeri maki no tamamizu. Just hearing, without extra mind, the jewel-like raindrops dripping from the eaves are myself. The other version is very similar. And notice he doesn't say shutting off the senses. He says that we have them open, like in Zazen. Seeing with ears and hearing with eyes, there is no doubt that the jewel-like raindrops dripping from the eaves are myself. Now, when Master Dogen says that the raindrops are myself, we have to realize a couple of meanings to that. First off, when he says the raindrops are myself, he also means myself is precisely the raindrops. Not just that they are there and I am here, or I am here and they are there, but the raindrops are my raining face, and I am the raindrops sitting Zazen right now. And myself doesn't mean just this little self. He truly means all the universe with all those cycles. Every tree, every reed, every drop, everywhere. Even the dry moments, the wet moments, the sun and moon are myself, precisely them. And we realize that not when we close our eyes, but we keep them open. And not when we try to think intellectually about how am I this or how am I that, how am I the raindrop, but when we put down the thinking precisely and just let it be. In our Zen way, it may seem a little strange, but we believe that the universe is not just something, a place which contains raindrops or contains you and me, but every raindrop fully contains and is and embodies and expresses and just is another face for the whole universe, as if the whole universe were inside the raindrop and you and me too, and all of it inside us. And we get a sense for this when we sit quietly and just put down the thoughts and let all be, not trying to understand intellectually, but just feeling it in the quiet. We neither close our eyes, nor do we open them all the way. It may seem strange that traditionally in Soto Zen we face the wall, but we don't close our eyes. And I believe this expresses the attitude that we neither run away nor run towards, but honor it all. Now, when is this important? And this is a little homework I'd like to give you. You see, those cycles sometimes run in directions in life that we don't like. Not every moment is easy. Some moments of life are oh so hard. And our practice here is to sit in equanimity, but it's a special kind of equanimity for when those moments happen. Now, I want to say too that we should keep these same attitudes when the happy times come, the times we love. You know, we feel no need to feel kind of equanimity or to see through the happy times, but it's true too. So what I'm saying is not just for the hard moments. It really should be for all the moments, but I think especially for the hard moments is perhaps when we need this most. You see, our practice is to take the difficult moment in life, including our emotional reaction to it, which may be beyond our control, our fear, our sadness. You know, like I bumped my knee before Zazen today and it hurt. That's something I can't control. That's just a reaction. When I was sick, sometimes I was so scared or sad or worried about the future, you know. That's just how we're wired. That's what the cycles of the universe, that's how it made us to feel those things. But there's a difference, you see, when we practice Zazen, because the sad or difficult event and the feelings are something we honor, neither running towards them nor running away. We don't, your homework is when these things happen, face it, bow to it, feel your fear or your sadness, but don't run into it. There's no need to be a prisoner of that sadness, and there's no need to fully buy into and become tangled in the thoughts of fear. Your mind runs wild with all kinds of thoughts of what if could happen and what might happen and this and that, and some of it might actually happen. But allow it and just bow, let it be. It's not going to make the problem go away any more than Master Dogen's poem made the raindrops go away. But you may feel that the whole universe is in that moment, even though it's not a moment you would welcome. The whole universe is just that moment, like it is that raindrop. And it is yourself, it is your life. And you just bow to it, neither running towards nor running away. We keep our eyes open. We don't expect from our Zen practice, some forms of meditation do this, we don't, that we're going to make the whole world vanish. We're going to go to such a place of mental clarity and stillness that all the phenomena of the universe are somehow gone. That's not our practice. Instead, like the raindrop which holds the whole universe, we take the sad moment and the happy moment too. And we find the whole universe and all of life and ourself, everything is in it. And if you don't believe me, if you can't feel it in a particular moment because it's so darn scary or sad or hard, it's okay to take it on faith. That even on that rainy day, the sky, the moon is still there, seen or unseen. This is our practice. I'll give you a small kid's version of this that I tell my daughter. It's just kind of ordinary life here, but we've been watching a show called, what is it? Stranger Things. It's a scary show that's on Netflix. My family's been watching it. We like it. But boy, that show can be scary sometimes. My daughter's, she's becoming 12. I let her watch it, but boy, I think it's a bit much. But anyway, when I was a kid her age, and I tell her the same thing, I watch that show and I say, okay, this is the scary part. Remember, those are just actors on the screen and it's just a story. And that helped. That helped a lot. But the fact of the matter is, in this real world, and I say real world with quotation marks, there are scary things just as scary as in that show. There are ugly things just as scary in that show. So what I want to tell you is this. Our practice is somehow to realize that this real world we're living in is also a kind of show. Not that there are actors and a director who's going to suddenly pop out and say, good take, Jundo and everyone, nice life, take a break. go to the commissary and grab a bagel. We'll be shooting the next scene. Not like that. That's not what our life is. Maybe a rebirth is something like that, huh? In between, we go and in between lives, we grab a bagel. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off course. What I wanted to say, though, is we realize something subtle that is more than this, that is yet present in it. Inside the raindrop is not only the whole universe, it's this whole vibrant something more that is the reason we are here and the reason this is all happening. And I'm going to say reason because I think there is a reason. It's so amazingly beautiful, ugly and hard sometimes, but amazing. And our practice as we sit there and realize the whole thing in the raindrop, in the difficult moment or the happy moment too, is to realize there is this more that is present in it. So how do we do this? We're going to do it right now. We're just going to sit and do as Master Dogen advises. I will read it one more time. Just hearing, without extra mind, the jewel-like raindrops dripping from the eaves are yourself. Let's sit. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind. Now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable.
Lovely, lovely, everybody. Okay, lovely for your debut. I especially like your Bodhisattva vows. Boy, you brought that energy, knocked me off the high sheet. Love that. Love it. Beautiful. Everyone, remember this week, don't run from life, neither get pulled in. Live your life. All right, that's our homework for this week. And we're going to have tea if folks can stay around and join us. Otherwise, other folks, see you guys later. Right? Stay out of the rain. Danny, you have to go? Oh, okay. Then that means I get the extra chocolate that's there. But take a piece with you. All right. I'm going to pull up over here. Wait a second. I got to turn everything off. Cannot forget. All right. So first I go, let's see, I go over here. And I end the stream. There you go. Okay, done. And I go back here.